Hey everyone, we're continuing on from part 2 now. So, for Marvel Rival tier list, we're at rank B now. Alright, so I did the research. Since there are a few heroes left, it was really hard to try and rank them and see who get put into B. So, first up, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this probably. I don't know, maybe. But Wolverine's on the B rank list. Now, I'll admit, he is a very powerful duelist, but the Berserk ability, it can only do so much. And found out his healing abilities, like if you're suffering from a debuff though, and then you shake it off, then your healing kicks in. But if you're not suffering from a debuff and you're not recovering your health, then you instantly gotta go find a health pack or have someone else heal you. That's kind of like the only bad part. And the whole leaping feral thing, you gotta make sure you're like dead on your target. Otherwise, you're just leaping over them, and then you're missing, and then you're losing that berserking chance. And not only that, your rage won't even build. You got to make sure you are building your rage constantly to make sure that your strikes are even more powerful. The only time that Wolverine's probably good is if he's paired up with the Phoenix. Then pretty much he'll be gaining some life. He'll be gaining lifesteal abilities because he'll be infused with Phoenix powers. So, but basically by himself, he's gonna have to be in the B rank tier list. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Next one we have Star Lord. Okay. Now the reason why Star Lord's on the B rank list is because of the well, constant speed and dodging. I guess it's maybe, but a lot of players have had difficulty trying to land a single hit on because of his constant movement. And not only that, but he can be able to reload just by using one of his leaps. But he's only limited to it twice, and of course he has to spend a little bit of a cooldown to get it over with. But not only that, his ultimate like instantly locks on, and then just wipes the enemy team out. You'd be lucky to get all 4 or 5 hits in, because like I said, your ultras only last for like so long. So, but he gets a little bit of an improvement if he's paired up with Rocket. If some of you might have done this, he gets like teleportation gear. So basically, he can leap from one place to another. So, but by himself with Star Lord, with the way he is, he doesn't have that much recovery abilities and not much survivability techniques. So you're constantly gonna be just moving him around, and you just got to make sure you know what you're doing. But as far as I can see, Star Lord is on the B rank tier. All right, next one we have is Storm. All right, yes, our favorite weather controlling mutant is on the B rank list, but I'm like I said, I'm playing fair, and I tested all these heroes. So with Storm, she's kind of like a support and an attacker at the same time, but she doesn't have any of the healing beneficiaries like the others do. So with her, once you're in her range, like she'll give you either movement boost or a damage boost, and then not only that, but she can even slow the enemies down. And I think she'll mostly have like just like one attack or two. Like I said, she can cast lightning and then throw whirlwind slashes at you. Most of the time, she'll be boosting. She'll be in the back, mostly boosting your other teammates' movement speed, damage boost. Pretty effective. And if she's paired up with Jeff, you're pretty much creating a Jeff NATO. That's a Sharknado right there. I mean, but you know what I mean. But that's pretty cool. But so far, I have to put Storm on the B rank tier list on here. So next up, we have Daredevil. Yes, I know all you guys who were excited to play Daredevil when it first came out. Reason why he's on the B rank tier list is because he may not have much to work with, but there's some decent abilities. Like, of course, he can detect Invisible Woman. Like, those invisible mains, you won't hide from him. Alright? Not only that, he has a power, like, whenever he spins his nunchakus around, alright? like apparently I deflected an Iron Man blast and I didn't even know it until I did a replay. I was all like, whoa, did I do that? I reflected the blast right back. But yeah, he's be able to deflect a few attacks and even avoid certain ultimates. But not only that, the rage constantly has to build though. You have to constantly keep hitting your opponent in order to make sure you're using some of the abilities like the Devil's Chain or tossing your nunchakus like all around, getting good bounce back. The only fault to the problem is, like I said, you have to constantly hit. That means you gotta get in close, you gotta hit in, and keep constantly unleashing those chain attacks. And then, of course, but if they're keeping it ranged and they take you down, you're down for the count. Not only that, his detection skills, okay, he can sense you from behind the wall. He'll see you coming. But like I said, the only reason why he's in the B rank list is because of his rage. Like I said, if you don't get those hits in, you're not going to be able to do nothing with them. Unless you, well, pretty much already knocked out, then your rage is instantly rebuilt. Moving on. Next one we have on the B rank tier list is one of the players that I also made, the Winter Soldier. Alright. He doesn't have much survivability techniques or any much defensive skills. It's just constant attack. I mean, sure, when your main gun, Rockistan, 3 shots. Like if you fire 2 and you're left with 1, I mean, you can use your grappling arm, make sure you hook someone, then it's automatically reloaded. Alright, but not only that, you got one of those guys, Hydra Pulse Blast, pretty much slow an enemy, or if they're flying, knock them straight down. Alright, and then of course, Quick Rush with the shoulder, just tackle, then uppercut. Straight up, yeah. Alright. And then his team up ability is with Captain America. When they shields clash, his arm clashes, kind of causes a good damage. But that only works if there's other enemies like in close proximity. And plus his ultimate, the Kraken arm, like going after it again and again, that's why he's also in the B rank. Right? It's powerful, but if you're able to at least kill your opponent, you can attack again. And if you look at your opponent's health, if they're in the red, if you're able to kill them, they'll automatically, if you're able to get their health to that red sign, they'll automatically die. Your Kraken arm, Kraken impact, reload it again. But it's a high risk, high maneuver ability too. Like you can go again and again, but you have to make sure you're constantly damaging your opponents and getting them into the red, and hopefully someone will help you. But you got to make sure you score that last kill though. If someone else kills them before you do, your Kraken impact, it won't reload. You have to make sure you deal the finishing blow. Otherwise, you're done with Kraken impact and you got to rebuild it again. So, but that's just pretty much it. Now I know there's not much, but like I said, these are the heroes that are in the B rank tier list. And like I said in my last 2 videos, I played them all, tested them all, quick play matches, the training arenas, see how well they do. Alright? I did it from my own perspective, so I know I might get a lot of say and negativity, but it is what it is. But that's it for the B rank tier list. So next up, we're moving up there. We're going A rank. Catch you in the next video.